All right, friends, I have here the Trio 3-in-1 floor lamp. Right now I've got it set to some really crazy settings, so you're probably looking at it and you're probably like, what in the UFO? I'll explain in just a moment. So it stands 5.5 feet tall. This is the size of the base. The base itself is actually a little bit larger than the head of the lamp, and it's actually a really good size base. This is a solid, I believe it's like steel lamp, the entire thing. The base is great and solid. It's definitely not top heavy. It would be practically impossible to topple this thing over. However, I will suggest if you do have pets or small kids, just as always, when it's something electrical and plugged into the outlet, just caution, use a little bit of caution, kind of just keep watch. But what's great about this is it's a nice tall lamp, 5.5 feet tall. You can fit it basically in any corner of a room. And like I said, it's a 3-in-1 floor lamp. So it's got super cool things that you can do with it. So there's buttons right here on the side, right along right here. And you can turn this thing on manually if you wanted to. But what's cool about this is as with most electronics now is you can actually control this via an app, and that app is called the Giant app. That's Giant. Disregard the spelling that's on the box and in the manual, because that says it's the Gaint home app. This is the Giant app. It's free to download and it's free to use, no cost to you. This is basically what it looks like. I'm just going to show you here on my phone. This is what it looks like. So here's the power button. So if I were to turn this right here, if I were to touch this, the power, it just turns off, as you can see. Okay, but let's go ahead and turn it back on. I'm going to show you how to go ahead and let's use this. So right now I have it on operation. Let's control the lower and the upper light. So when I say lower light, I'm talking about this right here. Let's go ahead and go to lower light. We're going to turn it all the way on. There we go. So the lower light, you can actually control the brightness of it. So you can make it as bright as daylight. You can make it a yellow, a muted, a soft white light, whatever your preference is. And then you can also just turn it off. If you don't want that lower light on, you can turn it off. And that's the great thing about this. So you can have all 3 lights on at once if you want. You can have just the lower light on, so if you're reading, but you can turn off the upper lights, okay? And then you can also turn off the side light. So there you go. So this is what it looks like just if it were a normal lamp, right? Let's go back though, because that side light is this light right here. Okay, right now I've got it set to strobing all different colors, but I can again select the brightness of it. Okay, so I've just changed the brightness of it. And then I can I can set it to my favorite color, or I can have it go rainbow, or I can just have it set to this color right here. So there you go. If I wanted to set it to red, I'd hit red. Hold on. Oops, now we got yellow. Let's hit red. There we go. So red is actually, maybe that's not red. That's a little bit more magenta. There you go. There's red. So you can play around with that. That is the side light. And then let me show you the upper light. So the upper light is actually the really fun one. Let's go ahead and turn it on. So right now it's not on. Let's turn it on. There we go. So this is the upper light, and the upper light's the cool, fun one that does all the different strobing light effects. And there are dozens. So as with the side light and the lower light, I can also, with the upper light, increase the speed. So when I say increase the speed, you can see that those strobing effects kind of speed up, right? Or they slow down. Okay, so I actually really like it when it's faster. It's cool. Set for really bright, not so bright. Okay, I'm gonna go, let's go mid. Okay, or actually we're at 78%. And then I can also control the color. So I've got it set to this pretty, hold on, let's go back. I'm going to go back. Let's turn off our side light, and then let's turn off our lower light so you can just get really, there you go. Super cool. Okay, so this is the upper light. So the upper light we can change around. I can change it if I want it to, there we go. It's like magenta. That is super cool. If I wanted to, I can also set this to music. So I don't have any music right now, but if I were to play with it, you'll see that, let's go back. So if I go back to my middle light, anytime it hears noise, you can see that it changes. So you can see that. So you can have a real rave here in your bedroom to some fun music. But that's how basically it works. It catches your voice. So there's all different like effects for that. I'm going to go ahead and let's turn that back off. Okay. And then I can also set the scene. So right now, I believe I have the light function for the upper light set to Aurora, which that is super cool. I mean, it's kind of cotton candy too. But I can go to scene here on my app. So let's select that. Oops. And then for my side light, this is where I have like tons of options, right? If I want lightning, let's set lightning. Okay. Oops. Okay, so we've got lightning. Let's go to ripple. Okay, you can see that it's changed. So nothing super drastic. You could do starlight. Okay. So play around with it. You've got relaxing, different ones, sunset, sunrise. Super cool. Okay, let's go to our side light. Actually, part of the reason it's not playing is because I don't have it on. So let's turn it on. There we go. We can go to live. Okay, so there's all different things. This is going to take, I mean, I haven't even tried them all out yet. It will take a while, but the other fun feature of this, so where these are lights that are super nice to watch, kind of if you're laying in bed, just imagine you're looking up, right? You're trying to relax. What's super cool about this is that obviously I don't want to leave my light on all night long, so I can set a timer for it. Look at that. So I can set it to turn off completely on its own. I can have it turn it on if I want to, just if I come home every night and I'm like, you know what, I want to walk into my bedroom, I want to see my cool relaxing lights on. I can set that timer. Anyways, so again, this is the Trio, the 3-in-1 floor lamp. I absolutely love it. Let's turn on all the lights so we can see just how cool this is. But again, like, I love it. I think this is super cool. I have 5 teenage sons. All of them were fighting for this light. They all wanted it for their own bedrooms. My one got lucky. My others have all put this on their wish list. And I have 2 teenage daughters, and they also want these as well. Yes, I have 7 kids. I know that's a lot, but absolutely love it. This is something I can see being fun for teenagers, for tweens, in bedrooms. If you have older children, I would say probably 8 and older, they would enjoy this. However, you would probably, as the parent, have to control the app for them, just kind of set the lighting and stuff for them. This would also look super cool if you have like a fun hangout space in your house, maybe a basement where a lot of your kids or you and friends like to hang out. This could go in an office. Anywhere basically throughout your house. This is something that guests will, I guarantee, absolutely love. It gives off great light with that lower light. You don't even need the side or the upper lights on. These are LED lights, so they're going to last for well over 50,000 hours. It's got anti-glare, so you know it's calming, it's soothing, it's not going to hurt your eyes if you're looking at it. You're protecting your eyes, actually. That's not going to be harmful to your eyes. Super easy home app. Again, like I said, you can manually control it either on the actual, there's buttons on the actual pole itself, or you can use the simple Giant Home. It's called the Giant Home app. Super simple to install, free, and super fast to install, super easy to use. Absolutely love it. This I actually prefer well over, if you remember, for the past like 5, 6, 7 years, these LED string lights that you tape onto ceilings. A lot of teenagers like to tape them around the border of their bedroom on their ceilings. My sons have done so as well, and they're super cool. They have kind of that same effect, but they don't do like the strobing like this, like the Aurora kind of lights. They're just lights that light up a bedroom. But you can essentially, because they're LED, set them to any different color. Those have been cool. My boys have loved them. However, I will say, and you can see them up here, they're up there along my boys' ceilings. A lot of times the adhesive on them, like they're not super sticky. So sometimes they'll just fall down and then you've got like just dripping, or you've got, if you want to just move them or you're sick of them, you peel them off the ceiling and then they peel off the paint as well as part of the ceiling. So that's never fun. So definitely hands down, this is just easier to use, to move around. It's easy to store if you needed to. This would make a great accessory, I'm telling you, in a college dorm room. Any college student would love it. So keep that in mind for teenagers, for college kids, for just people that want, that enjoy the fun things in life, right? If you have somebody who's been to Norway and gone to see the Northern Lights, right? Or Iceland or wherever it is that they went and saw it, they have great memories of that. Buy them one of these because this is a similar effect, right? Absolutely love it. Cannot say enough about it. Again, this is the Trio, the 3-in-1 floor lamp. You will love it. Check it out.